Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. All right, UFC Vegas 94 going down in Las Vegas at the UFC Apex. The main event, right, is Virna Jandiroba versus Amanda Lemos. Number 4 versus number 6 in the world, which is high level. You know what I mean? A lot of people are probably complaining because they don't really know who they are, but this is high level, man. Like these two girls are the highest level that you can reach
100%.
in the strawweight division. They might not be the best of the best of the best, but they're still high level. Like they've reached to a point where, like, I'm telling you, like 90% of fighters don't reach.
Yeah, of course.
And they work all their life for that, right? So you got to respect their skill set and their drive and their determination. So let's look at Lemos. Lemos 14-3-1. Just got back on her winning ways recently. This fight is pretty even, man. There's really not a favorite here. They give Jandiroba a slight favorite, which is surprising.
It's surprising to me as well.
Yeah. Both from Brazil. Lemos is 37. Jandiroba's 36. Wow, they're much older than I thought.
I didn't realize that Jandiroba was 36.
Yeah, that's crazy. And height, 1 inch difference. You get Lemos a little bit taller. Reach, 1 inch difference. Both fighters training out of Brazil. Just looking at this, matchup, right? Not looking at the records or nothing. Like, what do you see in these fighters?
So I've definitely watched Lemos specifically more, and she's super dangerous, man. Like, she finishes a lot of fights. It usually is, it'll be something like, it's whipping out the guillotine choke against Watterson, or I remember, which one was it? It was the Ruiz fight where she hit that counter right with like 35 seconds in the first round and everything. It's just like she has really good power. She's got a variety of both KO and submission. She has like 8 KO wins and 3 submission wins. So she can do both and everything. Now, I think she's probably gonna strike here, especially because Jandiroba is a black belt and has a lot more submission victories. Only 1 striking finish. But I don't know. I actually lean towards Lemos, but maybe it's just because of familiarity. They're both just super high level. Lemos has been in the, actually no. Jandiroba has been in the UFC for a while.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, they've both paid their dues, man. I mean, good for them for both getting a main event.
So let's start with Lemos. Lemos, she debuted in the UFC in 2017 at bantamweight. Lost to Leslie Smith. Leslie Smith is actually probably a featherweight that was dropping down to bantamweight. So she was a flyweight going up to bantamweight. You know what I mean? The size difference. Size does matter in fighting. Not always, but it does matter. But after that, she took some time off, a couple of years actually, and returned at flyweight, and then went on a winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights in a row she won.
Beat Angela Hill by split.
And then 3 of those fights, she finished the fights in the first round.
Yep.
3 of those. And then she faced off against Jessica Andrade, lost that fight in the first round.
That was that crazy standing arm triangle, if you remember it.
She got lazy, I think, and it just got caught up in it.
She just didn't.
Lost that fight, came back, beat Michelle Watterson in the second round. Then after that, Marina Rodriguez finished her with strikes, fought Wei Li, lost a decision, and then just recently defeated Mackenzie Dern by decision in I believe that was also a 5-round fight. No, that was 3 rounds.
No, wasn't.
Now on the flip side, you got Virna. She is 6-3 in the UFC. She's mostly coming from she has a strong grappling background, dude. Like, you
Yeah.
can't like deny it. So
No,
she
13
debuted.
submission wins.
She debuted in 2019, right? So she fought in Invicta for a long time, so she does have a good track record. Debuted in 2019 against Carla Esparza, lost a decision, came back, won back to back via submission, and then fought Mackenzie Dern, lost a decision to Mackenzie. That was a good fight, actually. I remember that one in 2020.
Yeah.
Then returned after that and fought Kanako Murata, who was really, really good. Beat her.
I trained with Murata.
Yeah. And that was like that weird shoulder injury. Like she
Her
got slammed or
her
something.
arm popped out from an arm bar.
Yeah.
And I think it was the end of the first round it happened. And then she tried to fight through the second round, and the doctor looked at it in between the second and the third round, and they stopped it.
So she won that. Then she went on and competed against Amanda Ribas and lost to Ribas, which was, I thought it was kind of surprising. But that happened. Then she fought Angela Hill again, beat her by unanimous decision.
Yep.
Fought Marina Rodriguez, beat her by decision. And then the last fight, she beat Lupita Godinez by decision.
Yeah.
Lupi Godinez that was an interesting one. I thought Lupi Godinez was gonna beat her, but she just couldn't get around it. And now she's sitting in the main event against Amanda Lemos. I'm taking Amanda Lemos in this one because the thing is, like, they both beat what is it? Oh, Jandiroba lost to Mackenzie Dern. And I think Mackenzie Dern is probably a very, like, when you look at the original styles, it's closer to Jandiroba, right? But Mackenzie Dern doesn't use her grappling as much. And Jandiroba will, like, jump on and, like, pull guard, I believe. Yeah. Stuff like that, right? And that makes her really, really dangerous, right? But I think Amanda Lemos' jiu-jitsu is good enough to where she can battle out of positions or escape certain positions or certain, compromising situations. Yeah. And there's going to be a huge gap in the striking, right? Lemos, when she's on, dude, she's on. Like, she'll fuck you up. Yeah. Bad.
100%.
And I think that's what's going to happen in this fight. I think she's going to be on. I think she's going to be able to defend against the grappling, and I think she wins this fight by decision, 5 rounds.
I see the same. If anything, I think it's possible they get to, like, round 3 and Lemos lands some crazy shot, whether it be, a counter left or something, and she wins, like, by knockout.
This fight could turn ugly. The reason why I say that is because Lemos might be so zoned in on, like, keeping the fight standing as well, and looking for the finish on the feet, to the where, like, Jandiroba, she has nothing on the feet, so she's just kind of like sitting on her ass and telling her to come in, right? Those fights,
or like lazy shots or something. Yeah,
it just gets kind of like, it just gets kind of weird, the fight, right? But but the thing about Jandiroba, she's always dangerous because she always had the submission game. So if they do tie up, it's just like, oh shit, she might have a chance now. Because no matter how tired you are, you could still get in the submission. If you're trained in this high level girl.
And again, we saw with Andrade and everything, with the Andrade submission, that if Lemos, doesn't necessarily, like, keep her attention on every little detail and gets a little lazy, then of course Jandiroba is gonna feel like, oh, okay, I can catch some random crazy submission and everything. So I'm sure that there's gonna always feel like that chance to a certain extent, unless of course Lemos is, like, on, and that's when she's dangerous. That's when I think I see her being able to finish Jandiroba.
Yeah, we just saw last weekend Rose Namajunas versus Tracy Cortez, right?
Yeah.
Tracy Cortez, we thought she was going to go in there and try to wrestle, but actually Rose Namajunas was the one getting the takedowns, getting back up. Yeah. And then beating up on the feet, get the takedowns.
Get back up.
Play around a little bit, get back up. The difference between that is, it's like if Lemos tries that, the problem is Jandiroba is so good off her back. Yeah. Like, Tracy Cortez was never a threat, like, submission-wise off her back. Not really. Not like Jandiroba. She's, like, very highly skilled, has lots of submissions. Like, how many submission wins does she have?
I thought it said 13.
13. You see, like, when you have, like, double-digit
13
Yeah,
submission
13
victories.
submissions, double-digit submissions, and you got rear nakeds, triangle chokes, arm bars, and like a lot of these are just from the back. A lot of these arm bars are from the back, right?
Yeah.
Or off the back, sorry, off the back.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking like there's always the submission threat with Jandiroba. I don't see her winning a decision. But Lemos, if she plays it smart, she could beat the shit out of Jandiroba and then get it to the point where like she's clearly winning and like Jandiroba's getting desperate. Like, lazy takedown attempts, maybe pulling guard and like butt scooting and stuff.
Yeah,
Things
I
like
get.
that.
I know exactly what you mean. I almost feel like Lemos is like it's one of those things where she could get a little bit lazy with the game plan and then somehow end up in a submission. But for the most part, I see her keeping it striking, keeping it smart, and then even getting a finish, if not just like really making it look rough.
Yeah.
With the striking.
But don't be surprised if Jandiroba goes in there and snatches something up.
Yeah.
Real quick. You know what I mean?